This is the plaintiff, Maribel Diaz. She says she's known the defendant for 10 years because she was an exotic dancer at her adult entertainment business. She ended up investing in the defendant's online adult toy website, and it's been almost 2 years, and she hasn't been paid back her initial investment nor profits. So that's why she's suing her for the $2,000 she's owed. This is the defendant, Tony. She says the plaintiff knew full well the return on her investment could take anywhere from 1 to 3 years. The woman's just getting antsy. She has a rock-solid contract with her and simply owes her nothing at this point. She's accused of stripping an investor.
All parties, please raise your right hands. Be seated. Come to order, please. Litigants have been sworn, Your Honor.
Thank you, Douglas.
You will come in.
Maribel Diaz?
Yes.
You are suing Tony, who's Tony? And Tony's Angels, doing business as?
Teasers.
Okay. For $2,000 that you say you invested in a sex toy company and you want returned to you. Okay, what's going on?
Well, I gave her the money about 2 years ago.
How did you know each other?
I used to work with her.
For who? Okay,
for Tony's Angels.
Where?
Well, she owns an entertainment company.
Yeah.
I own an adult entertainment company, Exotic Dancers,
Oh, okay.
for about 8-9 years now. And
what-
she's been working for me as an exotic dancer.
Okay. And do you operate out of one venue or you travel?
We travel.
Okay, so you do parties, bachelorette parties,
Yeah.
bachelor parties, that kind of.
Yes.
Okay, all right. And you've been doing that how long?
I worked with her for 8 years.
Okay.
Then she started a company, teachers.com, which they sell sex toys, women underwear, for exotic dancing. But she told me if I wanted to invest to buy merchandise. And I said, yeah, sure.
But what was the premise, that you were going to be investing in the company?
Yeah.
All right, and did anybody write anything out to see what everybody's
Yeah.
rights and obligations were? Do you have that?
I forgot it.
Okay, you forgot to bring it to court? Oh, but you have it. Do you have a copy?
Yes.
May I see it?
Yes.
Thank you.
How did you get started in this business?
And which one?
Well, let's start with the one you've had the longest, which is the exotic dancers.
I used to work for somebody as a driver, and he treated the girls very badly. So actually the girls would say, they kept telling me, cheering me on why I didn't start my own business, and that's how I got started.
And when you say he treated the girls badly, what do you mean? He didn't pay them well?
Right.
Okay. So what were you doing before that?
I used to run a temp agency in New
Okay.
Jersey.
And what got you started in this business?
I met Tony through a casual friend, so I started dancing.
Was that the first time you were dancing?
Yeah, I started dancing with her.
How do you find out you got a knack for that sort of thing? All righty then. So who drafted this?
Me.
Every word of it you drafted, or did you get start
Well,
from some?
I had some support with my accountant.
Your accountant?
Yes.
You didn't go to a lawyer?
No.
Okay. So you enter into this agreement, and how long ago did you enter into this agreement?
It's been about a year.
All right. And you had invested $2,000, and when are you supposed to see the fruit of your $2,000?
I was supposed to see benefits from every single thing she sold. And
From the beginning?
From the beginning, I guess.
Okay. You signed this thing when?
November 3rd.
Of
14.
2014. And what is it that you, so in that whole year, what have you seen?
Nada.
And have you ever said anything until now?
I sent her text messages. I was still working with her after that.
Okay.
And I sent her text messages.
How often does she call you to get you to work?
Well, not anymore.
Is it every, I know.
But
How
before-
often did it used to be?
Maybe 2 times a week.
So do you have a day job too, or that floats you for the week?
Well, I also work in other places.
Okay. That has to do with this, or that doesn't
Yeah,
have?
I'm a dancer.
Okay, all right. So you guys had a blow up.
Yeah.
Unrelated, which is when you said, I want out of this other company, of this sex toy company.
Yeah, because that's why I stopped working with her, because of the money I loaned her, and I never seen I never seen
Well,
nothing.
what was the blowout about? What was the fight about? About that?
About that, my
Okay.
money.
What say you the fight was about?
Like she stated, she used to work for me. We had a job. She was acting inappropriate.
How?
She wasn't just dancing. She was drinking excessively. You know, I felt like she was overdoing it. I got upset. I wouldn't allow her in my car.
After the job?
Yeah, after the job. And then this is what I feel. And 2 weeks later, I got a letter in the mail that she's suing me.
Okay.
So I feel she's just upset.
Did you
Because
fire
that was
her?
the last time.
Did you fire her or
Yeah.
you just failed to call her?
Well, I just failed to call her.
Right, that's how people get fired, kind of.
Yes.
You just don't call them anymore. So she knew because it had been 2 weeks that you weren't calling her.
Correct.
All right, but you have a long history with her, don't you?
Yes.
How many years was she working?
I also have the contract from when she started, and she's correct. It's been a while. I mean, she's
How long?
Since I'll give you the
You
exact
dropped a
date.
contract with your dancers?
Yep.
What does it say?
It's
More or less.
Well, it's an independent contract
Right, so
You know?
what's the point of the contract? Is that,
that they take care of their own insurances, taxes, and stipulations on that. She's been working since March of 08.
so how come you couldn't work out your problem that day?
Well, we could have. She really got upset because I wouldn't allow her in my car. That was out of my character because usually I'm very nice. I calm down very quickly, but that day I was really upset and I wouldn't allow her in my car because we drive the girls, we stay there and we make sure that they're okay and we drive them home.
Right.
But that day I just was really upset with her.
Right.
Now usually this is not the first occurrences I had with her. Usually we both calm down, we'll talk about it, she'll come back to work. I was actually even thinking of calling her again. Because when she does do good, she works pretty good, Even though I have an adult entertainment company, I never consider it trashy. I always try to keep it classy.
Okay.
It's not a career move. I try to help the girls out to make money, to do better, whether it's going to college or, to pursue.
Okay, I'm sorry. So they exotic dance only to go to college, all of your girls?
Well, I always try to. I have one girl that's in the Army now.
Okay.
I convinced her to go, and she's in Colorado, and she's doing very well. So I told all my girls, this is not a career move. This is something temporary that you do
She
for
was
the
working for you
meantime
for
to do
7
better.
years. I mean,
Yeah, she has been. But
Obviously, it worked out for both of you.
I can't force anybody.
no, of course not. Of course not. All right, so tell me about this company that she invested in.
It's like she said, it's an adult sex toy website. I told her to invest in it, so correct, to get merchandise. We both agreed that
When you say to get merchandise, you mean so that you needed an investor so that you could buy more merchandise? Is that what you mean? Because you didn't have the funds.
I was planning to do passion parties where we bring the products in hand.
Oh, like a Tupperware party.
Right.
Except for that.
Correct.
Except for, I'm looking at one of your receipts, Macho Supreme Stamina, I can't even. Snap-on duo ring. I don't even want to know. Pin the torpedo on the sailor. That I might want to know about. I'm going to stop now.
Welcome back to the People's Court. Harvey Levin here. So my question is simple. Is the sex toy business more popular than most people would admit?
I mean, I don't think so.
Okay.
Depending who you ask.
Okay, I'm asking you.
For the sake of my mom, I don't know.
How about not for the sake of your mom?
But if I'm thinking, for other people, I would say it's pretty popular.
Okay, and you say?
I would agree with that. I think it's pretty popular. I wouldn't know personally, but I think so.
Okay, I'm going to stop. Going inside the courtroom.
It seems kind of ill-advised to have somebody whose boss you are invest in another company with you. Why did you do that?
You're absolutely correct. I didn't think of it. Like I said, I feel like Maribel is a smart, good individual young lady, and
Did you have any other of your dancers invest in that company?
No, me and her.
Did you have any other investors in that company?
Yes.
How
Yes,
many
I did.
investors did you have?
I have one more.
Is that person seeing distributions?
No, not yet.
Why isn't she seeing distributions from the? Are you making a profit?
No, not yet.
Are you selling anything?
No, not yet.
Okay, and why haven't you sold anything?
Because I haven't got, I guess, the right marketing team together yet.
So these are all the items that you bought?
Correct.
And these items are sitting around where?
In my office.
How long ago did you take the $2,000 from her?
In November 3rd of last year.
And you didn't buy anything until June when she had already filed a lawsuit?
It was, no.
April?
No.
April?
Yeah, I think it was February.
March, yeah. And why is it that she hasn't seen any, what is she supposed to get out of this, out of the $2,000?
It stipulates on the contract she gets 30% of the $2,000.
When?
When it starts making a profit, when I start making money. So that's why I says within the contract, it says to at least allow me to get 1 to 3 years.
1 to 3 years.
Yes.
So she might not see a penny for 1 to 3 years.
Correct.
And then what she might see is 30% of her $2,000 and then 3% of the profits?
Yeah.
And the profits are after you pay everybody's salaries?
Yes.
So all you have to do is pay everybody bigger salaries and then magically you're not turning a profit and then she sees nothing?
Well, I mean, I wasn't planning to do that to her, but she signed the contract.
Yeah, why did you? Did you have a lawyer look at that?
No, I didn't. I trusted enough, but I worked.
Yeah, but you ought to know where your money's going and how it's going. I mean, first of all, it's not in lawyer language where it says that you will wait 1 to 3. You picked an option that said 1 to 3 years for distribution.
But that's not the way she explained to me. She told me
Sure,
3 months.
Wait a minute. You can read. These are, if you're going to be a big girl, put big girl money down, you need to be able to read what you're signing. And you can't say, I trusted her. You have to read what you're signing. Let me read it out loud, exactly what I'm talking about. In fact, your initials are on it. Mm-hmm. Shareholders agree to a 1 to 3 year option before profit distribution. This is like I would never sign this contract. It is so outrageously in her favor.
Facts.
Right, but that's why I would go see a lawyer who would say, no, girl, take that $2,000 and go to Vegas. Mm-hmm. But this is a contract that you signed, and the real problem that I have, because even though this contract is so in her favor, we haven't reached a point where I can see that she is abusing you and doing something, because we're not at the point. We're not even at the 1 year point. I understand why you want out. You don't want anything to do anymore with anybody on that side. I understand. But sometimes we make decisions with our money that don't include, we can just pull it out. And this is one of those decisions. So I'm not going to rule against you in this lawsuit. What I'm going to do is dismiss it without prejudice to you being able to bring it again after the period of time that you signed on says.
Okay.
And just so you know, it's 1 to 3 years. Now, I'm ordering you to keep very detailed records of each and every sale, because at some point, if she doesn't start seeing a return on her investment, she's not going to just forget this. Okay? If she's a smart cookie, she's not going to just forget this. She's going to take you to court, and there's going to be a judge who's going to demand to see every T crossed and every I dotted. It does say that you have to do things according to general accounting principles. You want to make a profit, right?
Of course.
Yeah. All right. Based on what I am seeing, I have no choice but to dismiss without prejudice for you to be able to bring it up at a later date that's timely according to the contract that you signed.
Okay.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you.
The judge dismisses the case without prejudice. That's not a ruling against you, the plaintiff right here. What's your feeling on this ruling?
Well, I guess I have to wait another 2 years before she gives me my money back.
You signed 1 to 3 years, and that was in November of 2014, right?
Yes.
So apparently she can keep you waiting until 2017 November.
I'm not giving up. It's my money.
You're not giving up? What do you do next?
I guess I'll come back in a year.
You think she tried to take advantage of you?
Yeah, of
or do you think
course.
she means well?
She always trying to take advantage.
All right, okay. All right. All right, so step on in here. You said you went into the business because somebody else was taking advantage of the girls, and you heard what she just said, that she thinks you're doing the same thing.
Right, but that's with the dancers. With the adult sex toys, she will see her money.
You think so?
I'm positive.
Mm-hmm. Well, hopefully you'll turn a profit, but those products, are they flying off the shelves or exactly?
Not yet, but they will be.
Yeah. All right. Harvey?
Okay, doke. Kurt, so this is basically a premature lawsuit, which means you cannot sue until there is a breach. And it just struck me how funny it is a premature lawsuit in a sex toy case.
This is the plaintiff, Atia Reed. She says She hired the defendant to give pole dancing lessons at her birthday party. The woman came 4 hours late and was very disruptive setting up the pole during a demonstration she was having involving adult toys. On top of that, she brought the wrong size pole. She scratched her ceilings and scraped her floors and won't pay for the damages she caused. She has no choice but to sue this woman for the cost of her repairs and is seeking $1,165 in compensation. This is the defendant, Tangi. She says she finds it hard to believe all the damage the plaintiff is claiming because her pole is rubber tipped and she was very careful. Besides, she did everything she could to make this customer happy, including offering her a sexy chair dance lesson. She thinks the judge will see things her way and she'll walk out of here victorious. She's accused of stripping a customer, but good.
All parties, please raise your right hands. Be seated. Come to order, please. Litigants have been sworn, Your Honor.
Thank you, Douglas.
You're welcome, ma'am.
Atia Reed?
Yes.
Okay. You are suing Tangi and Diamond Angels Pole Dance Studio
Yes.
for $1,165 for services that were supposed to be rendered that were not, and damages that you say she caused. Tell me what's going on.
Okay. Hi, Your Honor.
Hi.
On February 18th, I had a party planned for myself for my birthday, my 35th birthday party. It was themed. It was a OPP party.
What's an OPP party?
It's
Sorry, I really don't know. I wouldn't ask.
No, it's okay.
That's not true. I would ask anyway, but what is it?
It's an overnight passion and pole party. The overnight part was optional. It was going to be wine at my party.
Wait, back it up. An overnight what?
Overnight passion and pole party.
Passion and Pole Party.
Correct.
Wait, this has an acronym? OPP?
Yes, OPP.
I mean, so women have these all over the country, or?
I don't know what they have.
Well, where did you get the idea? You're the one who had it.
I'm always a creative person. Everybody who knows me knows I'm kind of extra.
Yeah,
so.
but you got the acronym OPP from somewhere, so you're not the first person to have this kind of party.
No, I mean, OPP was a song, from Naughty by Nature back in the day. OPP.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Is that what it stood for?
No.
No.
Okay. All right. Overnight passion and pole. So what is it you do?
Me?
No, the whole party. What?
No, I had a pole party. It was my 35th birthday party. It was just something that's supposed to be extra. It was 35 milestone. You just want to do something a little extra, a little over the top, and
you invited how many friends?
10.
And was there something other than the pole dancing?
Yes.
What else?
There's a passion party, passion toy party, or basically adult toys.
What else did you do at your party besides the pole?
Adult toys party. It was
toys.
Yes.
Okay. Demonstrations.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Are there any men at the party?
No.
Okay. Okay. You're married, right?
Married. Yes.
Okay. Do you have kids?
Yes, two boys.
Oh, this is awesome. Hold on. All right. So, what'd you do with the kids?
They went to my mother's house.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what'd you do with the husband?
He went to his brother's house.
He was hiding in the closet.
He said he was going to his brother's house, but he was in the closet.
All right, so you have the 10 women over, and then it's like a sleepover, and then you have these, so you're all like giggling and just having like a little girlfriend.
Yeah, it was just a
good time.
Exactly.
Drinking.
It wasn't a lot of liquor. It was just, some wine and,
Let me tell you something. Get my friends up on a pole. There's going to have to be a lot of liquor. All right, so go on.
A couple weeks prior to my event, I called Tangi.
How did you find out about Tangi?
Online.
Okay.
And she said, this is what I'll do. You give me your email address. I'll send you all the information as to what it is that I do. And I'll put a price in there as well. If you do it, fine.
So she ends up quoting a price to you of?
$435. She sent the email to me the very next day.
Okay. Do you have the email that she sent you of what would be done?
Yeah.
May I see it?
Thank you.
The Art of Pole Dancing Instruction, 2 hours with one portable pole, sexy chair dance. All girls' attire will be tank top, t-shirt, shorts, or tights to the knees. Meaning the girls at the party?
Yes.
Okay. Here at Diamond Angel, we ensure each of them has a time of their lives, and of course, get your sexy back. Okay. So everyone at your party was dressed in t-shirts and shorts?
No, we were actually dressed sexy. We not in lingerie or anything. Pretty much kind of what I have on, you know, something cute.
Well, that's good. You dress the same for a pole dance as you do for court?
No, not exactly. I said something similar.
I don't want to see how you dress for church.
No. Something similar, not exactly something similar. But
Okay.
basically, I had on some, you know, black tights. You know, everybody else had black tights and some heels. You know, you're supposed to bring our sexy back. So
Okay.
figure we get sexy.
Okay. So what happens?
After I talked to her, 2 days later, we had agreed that I meet her in her studio to give her the deposit. She required cash.
All right, you've paid her the full $435, correct?
Yes, that
And
was.
you guys make a plan that she's going to come over early to set up the pole before the party.
Correct.
Like at 8 in the morning.
Correct.
Early.
Correct.
All right, now that doesn't happen, right?
No.
And you spend pretty much that day calling her, trying to figure out what's going on.
Correct.
And you reach her at what time?
1 o'clock.
And when you reach her at 1 o'clock, what does she say?
She says, "Oh, well, I'm way across the other side of town. I don't think I can make it. I probably won't be there until about 7 o'clock." And I said, "Well, 7 o'clock? So everything that I had planned starts at 6. She says, "Well, let me see what I can do. I'm gonna try to see if I can make some arrangements to try to be there by 5. And I said, "Okay." And I didn't hear anything from her until about close to 7 o'clock. It was like 6:50 something. And at this point, I'm like, "Well, are you at my house? 7 o'clock?" "No, I'm still, you know, at wherever I'm at, wherever she was at." And I said, "Okay, well, everything in my party is already started. Everything, all the festivities of my party is already started."
What are all the festivities that have already
I'm
started?
sorry, the demonstration. The demonstration was going to be first.
The
and then-
toys.
Correct.
Okay.
Was going to be first, and then she was going to do the instruction. So at that point, I'm hot. You know, we're on the phone, we're arguing for a good minute, and after that, I said, "Listen, there's no point in arguing. What time are you going to be at my house? I could be there at 8. You better be at my house at 8 o'clock, no later."
And now, the email she sent to you, does it say a time?
No. No.
Okay. Wouldn't it be a better idea if it had the details that you're saying she verbally told you?
Yeah.
All right, so now, she gets to your house at what time?
8:07.
All right, and what happens when she gets to your house?
She comes there with a duffel bag with, I guess, a pole in it. You hear a bunch of clanking.
Because that's normally in a couple pieces?
Yes, it comes in 3 different pieces.
Is it telescoping?
Yes.
Okay, go ahead.
She was trying to place the pole up, I guess, to see, is this the right height? Is this the right height? You know, and it just wasn't working. Some time went on, and the person who was actually giving a demonstration left. I mean, she didn't leave. I'm sorry. She had a perfect segue for TNG to just come in and say, you know, "Here's a pole." When, you know, it was time for her to go up and do her thing, it wouldn't fit. She's going up, and she's running her hand across my ceiling, saying, "What is this? Is this drywall? Drywall? What's that got to do with a pole? What? I don't understand." She said, "Well, what's that, like about a half an inch thick? I don't know. Is that going to interfere with putting up the pole?" She says, "Well, I'm really just trying to find a center beam, blah, blah, blah." Oh, okay, well, you can see it. My house is kind of old. You can see the beam in my house. So she's trying to put up this pole, and it's just not fitting.
Well, how is it not fitting?
It looks like it's too long.
The pole is too long, but it's telescoping. Can't you don't
Yes,
you
it
adjust
adjusts. It adjusts, but the pole starts at a certain length. As far as obviously our ceiling must have been a lot lower. Normally, when someone book an appointment, we actually ask the person how high their ceilings are before we get there.
And how high were her ceilings?
It actually must have been under 7 feet. Why my pole didn't fit.
Didn't you? Okay, well, you're at her house, so did you
Yes.
measure it, and was it under 7?
It was 7.9, I believe, like 7.9. It wasn't completely 8 feet. When all ceilings are not even, the place where she wanted her pole at, it wasn't even. So of course I had to move it over. But if it's not on the beam, it's not going to be secure enough. If it's not, I don't know if you're
But I
familiar.
mean, how even does it have to be? It just has to be the diameter of the pole, right?
Yes,
Even.
yes,
Like, in other words,
even.
even if it's uneven, how uneven can it be in that little space?
But
what happened? You couldn't put up the pole?
No, it wasn't straight. It would not fit. When I mean not fit, it was not secure enough for the rest of her guests to get on the pole.
Not secure enough.
It was leaning.
It was
would not,
leaning. You couldn't get it straight
enough,
up and
yes.
down. So you're never able to get the pole up. So what happens? What do you tell them?
I actually told them, I asked for Atia. She was highly upset, of course. My motto is I don't want to put up a pole. There is issues where people can fall off a pole. I don't know everyone's weight capacity. As far as the safety of the guests, I don't want to have somebody get on the pole and fall. It is a portable pole. It's not screwed into the floor. The only thing it's holding up is a suction from the top and the bottom, and that's it. It's top and it's bottom. These are the bottom pieces of the pole, Your Honor.
I want to see the pole that's going to hold up my weights. That's what.
This is the...
So don't get excited. So you screw this on there, and then this is a suction. This is it.
This is a suction. Yes, that's why.
It doesn't mean like a lot of suction. I mean, it's really got to be
in there.
tight.
It has to be tight. That's why we have to make sure the height of the ceiling before we go to a party.
How often do you do this? Do you go to people's houses?
We go to a party often, a lot.
How long have you been in this business?
I've been in this business for 4 years.
Is this the one that goes on the bottom?
Yes.
Okay. And so how many parties have you done in the 4 years?
Gosh, probably approximately like more than 100.
At people's houses,
At people's houses, yes.
I would think that depending on the size of the guests and or the skill, nothing to do with or the outrageousness of their moves or something, that this is a very dangerous thing.
It really is. I actually suggested to Atia that she'll come to my studio. I don't mind doing parties at people's homes. However, my motto, like I said, is security of the guests. I have portable poles. I have regular poles.
But see, that makes it all the more sad that from a professional standpoint that you don't try to see if the pole will be secured beforehand. And that you just show up during a party, it didn't work, party ruined.
No, actually, I was never supposed to go to her house.
You were supposed to, according to your own admission, you were supposed to go
Yes, I was supposed
earlier.
to go there, but I told her around 4 o'clock that I wasn't able to go. It was never indefinite that I was supposed to be there at 8 o'clock.
Okay. According to you, while you're there that night, she criticizes your clothing. Tell me about that.
Yeah, she is. Like I said, we're not a strip club. I'm very professional. I don't dress up in stripper-like attire. I wear something comfortable, like a tank top or T-shirt and a pair of shorts. Where we live at is New Jersey. I don't know what I'm walking into. It could be a conservative party, a party. It could be business-like people. It could be a corporation. I don't know her background, so I did not want to dress inappropriate to our party. I guess she must have wanted me with stripper high heels on, half T-shirt.
What makes you say that? What did she say?
Because she said that in one of her emails that I looked like I came there to clean her house because I had on regular clothes.
Your Honor,
I'm sorry, her internet thing specifically says that you guys are supposed to be in comfortable T-shirts and shorts and/or tights to the knee, a T-shirt, tank top. It's very clear how she's going to dress. I don't know why you would tell that to her.
No, Your Honor, when
no, stop. You're also suing for, let's see, damage to your apartment, not just your money back, but also damage to your house. I'm sorry, damage to your house. So tell me about that.
As she was there trying to place the pole up, in a hallway, there's black marks on my ceiling.
Okay.
I just renovated my townhouse. I had black marks on my ceiling in one area where she was originally sitting. When it was time for her to actually do the demonstration, in the middle of my floor, there are several black marks across my ceiling.
Do you have pictures of the things you're saying?
Yes, I do. I have pictures. And there's also a video, Your Honor.
Okay.
She started right here in my hallway, and she placed the pole right here where you see marks, and tried to put up the pole, which didn't fit. After a while, she waited for my demonstration to be done.
Do you have a picture of the damage to the floor?
And she was in the middle of the floor here. One long scrape from her pole. It measures about 44 inches long. And as you can tell, it came from her pole, as the marks on the ceiling line up exactly where the scratch is.
Can I see your estimates for the repairs that you're claiming? And how do you figure half of the estimate to repair the floor? What's that about? Because it's not $1,300 to repair that scratch, so I'm not sure what you're saying.
The whole floors needed to get redone, Your Honor. Just doing that partial little area it wouldn't match with the rest of my floors.
Says who?
I have statements from.
Okay, let me see the statement.
Part of the estimate was I was trying to get an estimate just for that area. He said you can't.
I've repaired wood floors all my life. I don't know why someone's telling you that it's impossible to repair.
Well, the option was to either get new tile for just that specific spot, which will cost more money to get tile because it's not just replacing, let's say, 8 tiles. You have to get more than 8 because you have to pop them out.
Why couldn't they sand and refinish the ones that are there?
Because it wouldn't match. When you go to restain the floor, it wouldn't match. That was what he stated in his statement.
I don't know if he's trying to sell you something more expensive. I don't know what the deal is there.
And welcome back to the People's Court. Harvey Levin here. So, what do you think about, women having, pole dancing parties, adult toy parties? What do you think?
Well, I think if you're doing a pole dancing party to learn a new thing to get your husband excited, go for it.
Fair enough. Fair enough. What do you think?
Sure.
You don't look like you have a husband.
No, I'm not.
Okay, so what do you think?
I guess that's cool. I mean, if you want to do that in the privacy of your home, it's whatever.
With 50 other women, your closest friends, right?
Yeah.
What do you think?
I mean, it might be a good workout. I think it's
Adult toy demonstration? Interesting. Going inside the courtroom.
I see that there are black marks on your ceiling. I am, pretty convinced that they're happening from the black rubber that's over there. The amount you're asking for that is $50. It's not even that much. Your answer to that is, oh, that'll come out. You can clean that off or something like that.
No, my answer to that is she signed that waiver form at the top of the paper that I originally gave you. It clearly states that we're not responsible for any damages or injuries at her home, and she clearly signed it.
What this says is, in consideration for the benefits derived from dance studio, I hereby agree to indemnify and hold harmless and release and discharge. As far as I'm concerned, she didn't get any benefits from you guys because you guys couldn't even deliver the pole dancing. If you sell me pole dancing and you can't give me pole dancing, you can't charge me for pole dancing. And you can't say, oh, but you held me harmless in return for I'm going to read the exact words in your contract. In consideration for the benefits of my giving you pole dancing, you've held me harmless so you can't sue me for damages when I didn't get the consideration of the pole dancing because you were never able to set it up. Because you didn't come earlier to get it set up.
No, I should have just let people fall on the pole and not have to safety.
Nobody's saying that.
That's what I should have just let people fall.
No, what you know what you should have done? Let me tell you what you should have done.
Yeah.
The next day you should have given her $435. You wouldn't be here, I wouldn't be here, she wouldn't be here. None of us would. I've been doing this all my life without you cheerleading. I need you to stop. That's what you should have done. You should have found the $435. If you're such a good businesswoman where I give classes, I give 100 parties a year, I do this and that, pull the $435 out of some hole somewhere, give it to her, and that's it. Then we wouldn't be here. Yes, you are right. You should never do anything that's dangerous because then we're looking at $7,000, $8,000, $20,000, $100,000 lawsuits and not $1,000 lawsuits. So yes, it was the right thing not to finish. But you cannot look at me with your head up held high and tell me I give no refunds or there is a waiver in place or any of the other things you get to say when you breach a contract. If you sell me something you can't provide it, you're the one doing the breaching, not me. All right? I'm going to order the return of $435 for the services that weren't obtained. I'm going to order the return of $300 for the damages to the house, for a total of $735 verdict for the plaintiff.
Thank you, Ryan.
We'll see what the defendant has to say about that. She gets back her fee and some money to repair her house. What's your reaction to that?
I actually didn't want to do this party as far as putting the setting of the pole because I didn't want any of her guests to fall down.
Well, we heard that.
Yeah, this was a disastrous party, and I'm happy it's over with.
All right. Well, what's aside from a pole? What's the main asset that a pole dancer needs to have to be good at it?
Confidence. I will just basically say confidence and have a good time.
Okay, cool. Right down there. All right. Very good. All right. So step on in here. Are you satisfied with what you got out of this?
Yes, I am.
How could something so well-meaning and should be so much fun go so wrong?
When you have somebody like that who's unprofessional, that happens. You try to do your best to try to give people business, and they just wind up being a thief in return.
So was the party ruined, or was the first part of it okay with
The first part was great.
The passion part?
Yes, the passion party.
All right. Over to Harvey.
Okay, if the contract says no refunds, that only applies if the customer changes his or her mind. If the business person repudiates the deal, then the customer obviously can get his or her money back.
This is the plaintiff, Elizabeth. She says she and the defendant are exotic dancers at the same club, and the defendant drove her car without permission, crashed it into the divider, and flipped it 3 times on the other side of the highway. She then fled the scene because she was afraid of getting a DUI. The defendant admitted she was wrong to drive drunk, but she can't get her to pay the $5,000 she's owed for the car. This is the defendant, Daniela Urena. She says the plaintiff asked her to drive because she was intoxicated. She doesn't think she's totally responsible for the accident because they were all drunk, and there's no way the plaintiff should have given her the keys to the car. Bottom line, they were all at fault, as was a third girl who was also in the car. She's accused of flipping out.
All parties, please raise your right hand. Be seated. Come to order, please. Litigants have been sworn, Your Honor.
Thank you, Douglas. Elizabeth, you've asked us not to mention your last name or your first name. You're suing Daniela Urena.
Yes.
That thought didn't occur to you. $5,000 for $5,000 the value of a car of yours that you say she crashed, and according to you, the damage is
totaled.
worse. It's $5,600. Talk to me. Tell me what's going on here.
Well, on July 15th of my birthday this year, we work as exotic dancers at a club in Brooklyn, and I decided to work that night for my birthday.
You decided to work?
Yes, the night before. The 14th we wanted to work, the 15th is my birthday.
Okay.
So I was at the club drinking a lot more than regular.
You drink while you work?
Yeah, normally. Normally I do, but I don't drive. I always sleep in my car.
You're not worried about, like, safety?
No. There's always security knows. Everybody's used to my habits. I always sleep in the car. My doors are locked. I feel safer doing that than getting on the train or doing anything else.
Okay.
It sounds crazy, but
It's not as safe as not drinking while you're working at a strip bar.
I mean, true.
Right?
But
That would be safer. Get home and then have your drink at home,
but
right?
I mean, we get paid to drink. We get commissions and stuff like that. So that's the whole idea.
Right, I know you get paid to get them to drink. I just didn't realize that you guys do heavy drinking, too. All right, were you guys on your own time at the time you were drinking, or you were on
No, we were technically
Showtime.
working. That's why, yeah.
Which one? On your own time or Showtime?
Showtime, but it was my birthday, so.
All right, so what happens?
Well, we left the club around 5, I'd say, maybe 4. So, I mean, I drank the whole night, honestly speaking, and I don't remember much. I don't even remember, honestly, getting in the car. But I wake up
Why was she driving?
I was heavily intoxicated. You know, she shouldn't have not decided to drive the car. If anything, we should have gotten cabs or whatever the case was. And if I was...
Where's your security that they watch you guys walking out stone drunk like this and they don't bother to make sure you guys get into cabs?
Though that day, it was a promotion night, so it was a lot of people. There was at least like 2,000 people in the club that night.
2,000?
Yeah, but just because it was a lot of people there, it's like...
What club is this?
Jaguars 3 in Brooklyn.
And they fit 2,000 people in there?
It's 3 floors.
It's 3-floor club. It's actually a club, nightclub,
How long have you been working
cabaret,
there?
and a restaurant.
How long have you been working there?
3 months. 3-4 months.
How long have you been working there?
I had just started...
that same night.
Not that same night, the night before.
Why do you do this? The money?
It's extra money on the side.
I'm a
How
student,
good is that
yeah,
money?
so
Is it really good?
I was working 2
has
jobs
its
before
moments
this.
where you have good nights, and it has its moments where you have really terrible nights.
On a good night, how much do you make?
Like, you can make anywhere from $5,000 to $1,000 a night.
On a good night?
On a good night. At least $1,000 a night.
Anyway. So.
Your mamas know you do this.
Well, if she doesn't...
They do
then
now. They do now. All right. How do you end up driving her car?
See, before we got to the club, I drove to the club.
Her car?
Yes,
Sober?
her car.
Oh, when y'all were sober?
When we were sober.
Why were you driving her car?
Because I knew the place, I knew how to get there,
Yeah.
so we decided this will be easier for me instead of directing her. So I decided to drive to the club. In the club, I guess, while we were, working we have a few drinks, but I guess she was under the intention that since I drove there that I was going to drive back.
That was not.
So in the course of the night...
But you're drinking with each other, so you both know you're getting wasted, and one of the two of you is going to drive back. Was there a third person?
Yeah.
Yes, there was a third person.
Was she drinking too?
She was drinking as well.
Okay, so she's not a candidate. Well, you guys don't think stuff through, do you? What happened, by the way? The accident itself. Tell me about it.
It was pretty much a blur, but I believe it was raining that night, and I was going a little fast, and it was during a swerve, and I tried to slow down, and I couldn't slow down in time, so the car actually flipped over the divider on the other side of the highway.
Oh my
And
goodness.
we almost got hit again, so we had
By the oncoming traffic.
Oncoming traffic, so we had to get out the car before we even got hit again.
So you all get out of the car.
So we all get out of the car.
That woke you up,
safely.
didn't it?
Yeah, that's
that part you remember.
It was still all a shock, though. Like, we were all
Do you
still
have pictures
in
of the
big
car?
shock.
Yes.
Let me see it. Was it a total loss, I
have
take
them
it?
on my phone in color and also in print. Which one
The
is that?
print, yeah, and the print black and white?
Yeah.
Oh, for the love of God, give me the phone. Did anybody get hurt?
Well, thank God that we all walked out of there with nothing broken. We did get a lot of bruises and scratches.
Probably because you were wasted, so you were all very relaxed and nothing broke.
Yeah.
Tell me, or is that, I don't know if that's an old wives' tale, but that's what I always hear. So now the police and ambulances come and everything?
And I left.
We and her got into an argument.
That's ironic. That there is what we call irony. Oh my goodness.
Let's just say we were very lucky to walk out of there.
Oh, there should be a dead person in here.
Definitely. It's a very small two-door car.
Oh my goodness. Well, that's a little wake-up call. Where's that third person? Why isn't she here?
She was at work today, so she couldn't make it. A day job.
She chose stripping over me?
Oh no.
Like I'm not a bigger novelty? Ladies, you're very lucky to be alive.
Yes.
Did the police come?
Yes. She
Yes.
fled the scene.
I
That's the
actually
thing.
left
Who did?
before
She
the
fled the scene.
I left
You
the
left
scene before.
why?
Well, me and her got into an argument,
That's
and
not
I
why
just
you left.
left. I was like,
That's
you know what?
not why you left. Why'd you leave?
Well, besides the fact that I was intoxicated and the
you
cops
didn't want
were
the
showing
police to
up.
arrest you for a DUI.
Well, yeah, that also.
Yeah, oh yeah.
That also.
So you were left there alone? Both of them left? or
we
just
did
you?
not
her and
argue.
the other girl.
We didn't argue. I was so in shock, and I had woke up.
Please,
Honestly,
I know why she left. You know why she left? I know why she left, and guess what? She knows why she left. All right, so now, but did the third girl stay there?
Yeah, she stayed.
Okay, so the police come.
We both left in an ambulance.
You
Went
both
to the
left in an
hospital,
ambulance?
Got checked out.
Where'd you go?
I went home.
And then you call her right away?
A few days after, I started contacting them, and she wasn't picking up the phone. And so eventually, me and her got into contact with each other. We made an agreement to try to settle outside of court.
Okay.
And the numbers that she was giving me, I wasn't agreeing with, and we
What were the
couldn't-
numbers she was giving you?
At first, I asked her for $5,000. I said, okay, I'll work it out. I don't want to go to court. I don't want to make it more complicated because after the accident, I was left with the insurance, everything to deal with.
When you say the insurance, did you have collision insurance?
No, I just had liability.
there's no insurance to cover this.
I had liability, exactly.
Okay, either way, you didn't keep the keys when you drove in.
No,
you
I
had
didn't.
handed them to her.
I handed it to her
And then at
in
the
the
end of the
club.
night, she handed
She
it to
handed it
you
right
as your
back to me.
testimony.
Yes.
And you can't contradict that because you're so wasted you don't know what's
we
happening.
have text messages where I asked her, I said, look, I didn't actually drive my car drunk, and she acknowledges that I did not ask her, so it could have
let
been
me
a
see
situation.
the text messages.
Yeah,
That's why I feel like since we were all at fault and I told her, I'm like,
Well, no,
you
the
knew
third
we were all
person's not at
drinking.
fault. She's just stupid.
Yeah, well, she should have known better and told us, hey, guys, we're all intoxicated. Let's not get in the car.
No,
But
let me just explain something to all of you. You all should have known better.
Yes,
You guys should
I
know
agree.
better than to drink and drive and put my child's life in danger.
I agree.
Okay? Because you guys wanted to party. Hey, I'm talking to you. You guys wanted to party until 5 in the morning.
Yes.
All right?
Yeah, going to
My gosh, you're already up to stuff that maybe is not the best for you as women. And then you make it worse by adding alcohol to the quotient and then adding the metal leviathan of death to the quotient. So that way, one of you idiots who's drunk can kill yourselves, your friends, and somebody else. Have I got it right? How old are you?
I'm 25.
How old are you?
Just turned 22.
Is this how you thought your lives would be?
No, absolutely not.
Oh.
You have no idea all the things I want to say to you girls because you girls could be my daughters.
Yeah.
You're killing me, man. Lord, Lord, Lord.
Welcome back to the People's Court. Harvey Levin here. Are exotic dancers all flaky?
No, because I don't know.
Well, that's a flaky answer. Okay.
I think it really depends. I think that's the stereotype, but I don't think they all are. It really depends.
I mean, I kind of agree with you, but what do you...
Sweeping generalization to say they're all flaky.
But is it a fair generalization?
No, because you have to view and treat people as individuals.
I understand that, but as a rule, do you think that it's...
I don't have much experience with...
Oh, that's what I was trying to get at. Dan, I was digging going inside the courtroom.
You asked for $3,500, and then She says, I'll pay half of that because it's an accident. That's the most I can do. Then you say it was an accident you made. I didn't ask you to drive the car drunk at all. $5,000 is the value of the car you totaled. Then you offer $3,000 to settle it. Top of the fact that you fled the scene of a crime. I'm trying to be very civil with you. Then you offer for her to do it weekly or bi-weekly and make it $3,000. You respond, I appreciate you working with me. I'm not trying to make this a legal matter either. I can't afford $3,000. Honestly, we was all together, and if you knew I was intoxicated, I doubt you would have lent me the car. What does that mean? That's what she's saying works in her favor, that phrase.
Yeah, that's not what I'm trying to...
It's not, what did you mean to say?
I meant to say that if you knew that I was drunk, you wouldn't give me the keys to your car.
Right, so then she didn't know you were drunk. I doubt you would have lent me the car if you knew I was intoxicated.
Yes, that's what I wrote at the moment.
You said $5,000, let me at least give you half. I think it's a fair amount. It's not like maliciously did it on purpose. I too could have lost my life. Please, be fair. So you tell her, I'm gonna think about it, save up.
Yeah.
Back in July. What happened since July?
Well, she never tried to contact me. I called her a month to the day of the accident, so August 15th, and I said, listen, we didn't agree on an amount yet. I said, do you have anything? And she said no.
How do you say no if you're making $1,000 a night or $500 a night?
I said on a good...
I know, on a good night. Say it's a bad night. It's,
night. But
okay, whatever.
Actually, since then, I really haven't been working at
That's not true, because I see all your texts talking to her about how you can't meet her because you're working at Jaguars, you're working at Secrets, you're working at this place.
I know, but
so
at
that's
first,
not true.
like in the beginning, I was unable to work because I was already in pain over the accident. And then after that, I tried to work and I still wasn't able to make up as much.
Okay.
So an actual
Let me
agreement.
see the damages report for the car. That it's a total loss.
I just have towing.
And what, a Kelly Blue Book? Is that how you're arriving at the figure? Hand me that. Hand me any proof you have to justify the amount you're asking. The Blue Book value of the car is about $5,600, like she says. Here's what I think. And I want you to listen to me. If you drank too much to drive your car and you hand keys to someone which you can't contradict because you neither bring me the other witness nor can you possibly testify because you drank too much, this is partially your fault too. If you drink too much to drive, the fact that somebody hands you a key is not your license to drive. If you crash a person's car, take your medicine. I see that you are making efforts to contact her and try to work it out and you're trying to negotiate the amount of it, but it was you who was driving.
Yes.
And then when she says, I know we haven't settled on an amount, but can you start paying something? The answer is no, I didn't have much work. This happened in July. Kind of harsh,
No, I understand.
Kind of harsh. I'm assessing liability to both of you. I think it's 40-60. You're the one who was driving. You're the one who was driving too fast. She's passed out. And I'm finding you 40 because you're not drunk until you get drunk. And if you're so drunk that you can't drive that car, move around, know what you're doing, or who you're handing your keys to, that's on you. And therefore, I'm going to order you to pay the 60% of the Blue Book value, and that's $3,360 verdict for the plaintiff. That's my judgment. Good luck, ladies.
Thanks.
Well, the defendant's out first. She was driving, after all. Come on in here. What's your reaction to the judge's ruling here?
Well, I feel like she was fair. We both were in the fault, and I think she did. She gave us a fair hearing.
You're very lucky that you're even here at all.
Yes, you have no idea how bad the car accident really was.
So how has this changed you at all?
Oh, no drinking and driving for me anymore. Well, definitely no drinking and driving nobody else's car.
Your own?
Well, not even my own, but still.
All right.
Thank you.
Right down this way. All right, come on in here. You weren't driving, but you were somewhat responsible. What's your feeling on this?
I think it was fair. My thing was I just wanted her to take accountability, and she didn't try at all, so it was fair.
You still working together?
No, I'm out now.
What are you doing now?
Retail.
Okay. Harvey?
This is called comparative negligence. The judge actually assigns damages based on the percentage of fault by each party.